Hi, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to Twin Flames Defined. Today, I wanted to make a little video and talk to everybody about the shame and the self-blame that a lot of twin flames go through once they start doing their healing, and once they go on their they get to a place in their healing journey where they have distanced themselves from a lot of the dysfunction and the unhealth of not only our planet, but their life in general, right? Like, you have gotten to a place where you don't allow dysfunctional people in your life because you love yourself enough, right? And you're raising your vibration, which is raising the world's vibration, right? And so I think to myself sometimes when I look back on my life, and it's obviously like night and day from how I used to live and the type of people that used to be in my life to the type of people that I allow in my life now, right? It's completely different. And I think back to how I was married to my karmic and just the type of person that he is. Really horrible, nasty, low vibrational, dysfunctional things in this life, and I'm for that person, and I'm just so confused. And I kind of did the shame and blame thing for myself, right? Where I felt so kind of, because I'm so grossed out by that person that it's and what they do, then I'm kind of almost wondering about myself. Right? I'm how, we're obviously soulmates, right? Karmic soulmates are a little bit different than regular soulmates, but we're obviously soulmates. And I know that the people that do hard things, and it's pushes you, right? That makes sense to me, but it's still I kind of am how am I even associated, right? How did I even have kids with that person? How was I there in that dysfunction for so long? And so when you're on your healing journey, the thing that you have to kind of come to realization or come to peace with or come to terms with is that there is really big purpose, and especially when you decide to have a union, like a marriage is a form of a union, but you don't have to be married legally to have a union, right? You can domestically live together and be together and have a union in your hearts. It doesn't have to be marriage, right? But it can be. And children and things like that. I always think to myself, man, what does that say about me? What does that say about my soul? And how stupid have I been in this lifetime? It just made me feel kind of bad about myself when I look back on the choices that I made. And obviously I know that there's black magic at play. It wasn't just pure my choices, and I get that, right? But at the same time, and this is the thing, is I know that my soul loves my karmic's soul, right? That, there's no doubt about that for me, even though my karmics become my villain in this story, right? And I remember at the very first point in my divorce, I remember when I realized that I couldn't be with him anymore. I was he is not for me. This is not the direction. This is not the lifestyle that I want to go down. I'm not interested in where he is headed, right? I'm not taking my children down that nasty path with him. When I recognized that, and he started doing all these really dysfunctional and unhealthy things, I started to learn, and just had this deep-seated, undeniable knowing in my heart that the only reason why he was doing such awful, fugitive, nasty, disgusting things to me, and trying to smear campaign me, and trying to sleep with all my friends, and just and make me look like a villain to everybody, the only reason why he would be so crazy is because he promised my soul, his soul promised my soul that he would be so nasty so that it would push me to be rise above, right? And so I've had a lot of thought about the dysfunction of my karmic, and how nasty and gross all those choices were. And I was feeling kind of a little bit of doubt in myself, and blaming myself a little bit. I'm how could I be with that person? How could I make kids with that person? It's disgusting and it's gross. And the thing that you have to recognize about your karmics are that it's like an exchange, okay, like soul wise, right? So when your soul, because your soul is very high vibrational as a twin flame, okay, and as a twin flame, like I said, you have to have that resume, the energetic resume. So your soul is very highly ranked to be able to be a twin flame, okay? And when someone procreates with you on earth with their soul, you help raise and clear and clean their bloodline, because you are so high vibrational that you mix your DNA and your energetic DNA with theirs, okay, to make another human form, and like another soul comes through, and your guys' energy intertwines into the energy of that the soul that comes as the child, okay? And so there's like this mixing of energy, and that's kind of like the whole, like, one of like the kind of like the important parts of the earth, okay, of like this whole reality down here, is like that's what we designed it for. Like that's what was the entice for us to get here, was like we wanted to mix with each other. Like we wanted to mix our energies and blend and like evolve in ways that only comes from that mixing, that creative mixing with each other, okay? And so when you do that, so someone like you, the twin flame, you're high vibrational, you have like high ranking energetically, like you're really clean and pure energy, okay? And so when someone mixes their energy and creates from your energetic, not only your DNA bloodline here on earth, but your energetic like line, okay? Your energetic ancestral lineage. That is huge, okay? And it's big. It's not a small thing. Like, it's not a small thing when you have a baby, when you make a human, okay? It's a big deal, okay? And it's a big deal on the other side. And so when you mix that energy, you heal the bloodline, okay? You being the pure, the love, the light, the high vibrational, the high ranking energy, it like, think about it, it dilutes all the density and then the unhealth and the dysfunction. And you, even what you do on earth with that creation, right? Like raising the baby to be of love, to be of light, all the things, okay? So it cleans, it purifies, it uplifts, it heals, and it mends the bloodline of whoever procreates with you, okay? Then what are they giving back in return, right? Because they're getting like a lot from making a baby with you. So what are you getting? It's a two-way street. It's not a one-way road. And what you are getting, okay, is, and this is what's gonna like comfort you in those moments of self-blame, in like those like moments of distress of like, why did I ever get with that person? Like, how disgusting, like what is wrong with me that I would ever do that on this planet any lifetime? Why am I doing this over and over again? Like I kept thinking to myself, I was like, I know I adore their soul on the other side, but like, why do I keep signing up for all this like abuse with this person, this soul, right? But why would I do that, right? Like, why do we do that as twin flames? Like, because that's a big deal. When someone has children with a twin flame, it's huge. Because I said it cleans and it purifies and it uplifts and heals the bloodline and the energetic line. So you would do that because in return, here on earth, they will hold you down so that you can rise like the phoenix that you are. They will do whatever it takes to try to stop you. They will dirty you up. That's exactly what they're born to do and what they're meant to do. And so it might seem so messed up and dysfunctional and backwards and disgusting, like you're like, what the heck is going on? Like, why did I even sign up for this? But you knew that you couldn't get dirty on your own. You couldn't get into the dark places by yourself. You needed someone to show you where all the dirt was, because you're not of that vibration. And I'm talking like low vibrational, like unhealthy, right? Like you're not of that. So you wouldn't know where to find it. But when they come down to earth, They do those things. They dabble in the dysfunction, the black magic, the hexes, the spell. They do all that, the nastiness. And so they said, okay, come down and I'll do this contract with you. You help me clean, you give me the good energy, and I will show you where the stuff is that you want to go shine your light on. I will give you the places. I'll give you the access, essentially, is what they did. And them pushing on you, them being dysfunctional and like I said, low vibrational, that's all purposeful, so that if you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to overcome it, right? You're the amazing you because you're overcoming all the bullshit that they're doing in your life. And let me tell you, it's a lot of bullshit. Believe me, I know. Mine gives me a lot of bullshit, right? Not as much as I've heard others, but I chose good because he ain't no easy cakewalk. Let me tell you that. So just remember that when you're having a hard time with your karmic. Okay, don't forget. Love yourself. Bye.